Hari Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om. Welcome to another session of Malavikagnimitram in the Open Learning for All Ola Sanskrit Sahitya-rasa series. So we are, we read last time that Chetaha Utsukayati. What Utsukayati? Rutoho Parinamabhimukham Yauvanam Chetaha Manaha Utsukayati Samutkanthate Chetaha. Something like that is happening to me also, because we are coming to the end of Malavikagnimitram, and therefore my mind is also little bit, longing to have more dramas of Kalidasa and reading those with you. So there is a sort of outsukya, there is a sort of longing and utkantha. When you say instead of outsukya, you call it utkantha. You know how the word is formed? Udgataha kantaha iti utkantha. Udgataha. When you are waiting for somebody with what you can say, all your passionately, you are loving somebody and then you are waiting for the arrival, then you look like, oh, has he come? Is he there? Is he there? Udgataha kantaha. And therefore utkantha. See, the words in Sanskrit are not just, arbitrary. They have meaning. They have the etymology. So instead of utsukayati, if it is utkanthayati, it means all the more charming. It feels all the more lovely reading, right? So now that after Chetaha Samutkanthate and all, Dharini is allowing Malavika to be besides her, though she sees Agnimitra. So that means she has allowed Agnimitra and Malavika's union mentally, but still physically they are apart. Okay, and therefore the king says, "Aho kashtaha khalu sannidhi viyogaha." We are together and yet we are separated. So this oxymoron is, it is really very difficult to digest, difficult to experience. And then there comes a beautiful verse where Agnimitra compares himself with Chakravaka, Rathanganama Aham, and Esha Mama Priyasakhi. She is Priyasakhi Chakravaki, and Dharini is sitting in between Agnimitra and Malavika, is like the knight who has separated the lovers, So this is what we read. Ananudnyata samparka. Though she has allowed Malavika to be with her, despite I am here, yet samparka, there is no contact, there is no physical touch, sam plus prich. So physical touch, I can't touch Malavika, I can't hug her, I can't embrace her, I can't take her hand in my hand, So there is no samparka, there is no touch, because anudnyata, it is not allowed by Queen Dharini. Therefore, she stands between us as the knight. Then Vijayatam Devaha, this Kanchuki comes and says that Deva Amatyaha Vijñapayati. We stopped at verse number 9 last time. Pravishya Kanchuki says, Vijayatam Devaha Amatyaha Vijñapayati. We have already seen in the Praveshaka before the 5th act that there is the Vidarbha Vishaya Lekha, and Queen Dharini is getting it read through some people, right? And he has sent some Upayana. Who? The Vidarbha king. Who is the Vidarbha king? Madhavasena. Yajnasena, Madhavasena. Yajnasena is the king. Madhavasena is the brother of Malavika, and Sumati is the minister to Madhavasena and the brother of Parivrajika. So this is all the family line. Okay. Tasmin Vidarbha Vishaya Upayane. So when this Vidarbha king was defeated by Veerasenadi Pramukhaha, okay, the Senapati and all. So the king's army has turned victorious, and Varada Rodhasi, like the Tarus which were rendered as alana, the post to tie the elephants, the Shatru is also subdued. That is what we learnt, right? When the bards are singing the glory. Now he has sent, because a defeated king has to send some upayana to the victorious king, right? So he has sent some upayana. In that upayana, the gift, there are dve shilpakarike. There are two artists. Shilpakarike, shilpa in Sanskrit does not get restricted to sculpture. In regional languages, we call shilpa or shilpakara. Shilpakara is a sculptor. And shilpa is, the sculpted, the carved image or an idol. But shilpa in Sanskrit means any art. Okay? And therefore shilpin is an artist. It could be any art. It could be performing art, a dance or music or instrumental, or sculpting or painting, anything. Even Rangavali is a shilpa. Okay? So, tasmin dve shilpakarike. So, there are two shilpakarikas. There are two artists. Marga parishramat alaghu sharire iti purvam na praveshite. They were not gifted or presented in front of your highness, O king, that is you. Why? Because they were little tired. Because they had to travel from Varada, from Maharashtra to Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh, right? He is a Vidisheshwara. Agnimitra is Vidisheshwara. Just think of the geography. And so from Varada Tira, from Nagpur side, from Amravati side, they are coming to Agnimitra. So this is a long travel. Though they are traveling in the cart or the chariot, it's a long travel, a tiring one, and therefore marga parishramat a laghu sharire. A laghu sharire, that means they are not happily disposed of. They are not in their own normal being. A laghu sharire, that is guru sharira. A laghu is what? Guru sharira. Guru is heavy. That means they are little tired and they are feeling very sulky and heavy because they are exhausted by the journey. Okay. So, marga parishramat, because of that journey, adva parishramat, alaghu sharire iti. They are alaghu sharire. There is a pathabheda, alasa sharire. Alasa sharire. But we will prefer alaghu because, they are like the parijana or the sevakas and the sevikas. How can they be lazy? Because of their laziness, they are not presented in front of king. That is not logical, right? So, alasa sharire is not a good reading. We'll go by alaghu sharire. They feel heaviness, right? They feel heaviness because, they don't feel like doing anything. They are languid. That type of gurutva is there. So, alaghu sharire iti purvam na praveshite, and therefore iti kritva, they were not presented to the king earlier when other upayanas were presented. Okay. Samprati deva upasthana yogye samvrutte. Now they are ready or they are fit to be presented to the king. Now they are good. They have recovered from their exhaustion, from their tiredness, exertion. Tad adnyam devo datum arhati iti. And therefore, please allow so that I can bring those. Now, this is also very, very significantly used by Kalidasa. When a dramatist writes a drama, he has the entire plot in front of him. We are reading it bit by bit. But when a dramatist composes a drama, all the threads, will happen, this will happen, this is the thing, this is the thing. I should bring them at this particular juncture and not before. If they had been brought before the king, just 2 days before that, then this particular situation where this Shilpakarika, who obviously will be knowing Malavika, right, because she is their Rajakanya, they are the artist in her kingdom with her brother Madhavasena, right? So they would obviously know, and therefore this situation should take place at Taruni Sahaya Sanketa Griham Kalpitaha Ayam Ashokaha. This Ashoka is like a Punarmilana Sthana for so many. It's not only for the Agnimitra and Malavika that they are getting united on the Vedika Bandha. This is the Vedika Bandha, like the wedding there is a Vedika, here is a Vedika, and that is Ashoka. There is no Shoka. So very significant, right? And therefore these Shilpakarikas are also brought in at this particular juncture, so that there is a sort of what you can say a suspense. These two girls, they hardly know where is Malavika. They have come to Agnimitra as presentation, tofa, from the Parayabhuta king, to the victorious king. They hardly expect Malavika to be there. They don't know where Malavika got lost. I mean, she was vinashta, and tasyaha anveshane prayatnaha kriyate, etc., etc. So they don't know where Malavika is, and they have seen the death of Sumati in front of them. So all these things taking into consideration, this is something which comes as a sweet surprise for them as well, and for Malavika also, right? And therefore this is the joining of all the bindus, and that happens not in the royal palace. It happens near the Ashoka tree. And that's why if you see the flyer, the poster of Malavikagnimitram, I was very particular. I had told our designer, the team people, that I want an Ashoka tree and Malavika, and behind there is Agnimitra, because Ashoka it is really the Sanketa. Their first meeting happens there, and they get united, like formally, without anybody's opposition, near Ashoka. And that is also so significant. Na shokaha, yasya or yatra. Okay, so now these two girls will be presented to the king now. Praveshayate yadajñapayati devah iti nishkramya tabhyam sah punah pravishya itaito bhavatyo. So the Kanchuki is escorting. Kanchuki's name is Maudgalya. We'll come across that. Now these two girls, they are coming for the first time to Vidisha. They are seeing Agnimitra for the first time. Sakhe Madanike apurvamapi idam rajakulam pravishantyaha prasidati me hridayam. Apurvam adrishtapurvam. This Rajakula, we never came here. This is the first time we are coming here, right? Apurvam adrishtapurvam Rajakulam. Tathapi etat pravishantyaha me hridayam prasidati. My heart, somehow it dances. It's so very happy, so glad, so pleased. I don't know what's happening. Though I'm coming here for the first time. If you go to a favorite place again and again, then your heart is very pleased. You are very pleased. You enjoy that rapture, that happiness. But when you are going for the first time to any particular place, that joy will not be there, which is anubhuta purva, and therefore it is apurva. Yet something is good going to happen here. Okay, and then the second one, Dvitiya Madanika, she says Jyotsnike. See the names also. The first one who says this is Jyotsnika. She is a moonlight. It spreads. Her heart is like, spreading joy. Okay, and Madanika is the second one. She says Jyotsnike mamapi evameva. Even my heart is dancing. And then she says Asti khalu loka pravadaha. There is a saying. I have heard people saying Agami sukham dukkham va hridaya samavastha kathayati iti. Our heart tells us whether there is something good in store or something bad is awaiting us. So, agami sukham va dukkham va hridaya samavastha kathayati iti loka pravadaha. This is what, I always admire and appreciate. I mean, everybody appreciates Kalidasa for this. His reading of psychology of human beings. This is the very, what you can say, the deep psychic, what you can say, the processes going on in the heart and in the mind, that when there is something good waiting for you, good in store for you, you feel, that inexperienced joy, which is not experienced by you earlier, something like that, and you feel something good is going to happen. Though you are going to you are visiting a new place, sometimes, by sheer, after entering that place, you feel, oh, I have been here, something is good, I feel so familiar here, Shakuntala describes it in very, very nice manner. Especially the 5th act, the Hamsapadika's song, Bhavasthirani Jananantara Saurudani. So that is a still deeper psychology and philosophy of mind. But here, this is the simple thing that agami sukham va dukkham va hridaya samavastha kathayati iti loka pravadaha. So because your heart is so happy, you are feeling so happy and pleased, maybe something good is going to happen. Sa satyam idanim bhavatu. Let it be true. Okay, my heart says something good is happening because I feel so elated, so happy. Esha devyasaha devaha tisthati upasarpatam bhavatyo. Now you may wonder that these Shilpakarika, Jyotsnika and Madanika are there. The moment they enter, would they not see Malavika and Parivrajika there? They could have seen if they are coming like this. But they are going to be presented to the king as a upayana, they will be downcast. Right? Their heads will be bent down until they are presented, and until somebody speaks to them, they won't raise their heads. And therefore, they haven't seen Malavika and Parivrajika. On the other hand, Malavika and Parivrajika see them entering and they recognize these two girls. Okay? So, Esha Devyasaha Devaha Tishtati, the Kanchuki escorts them. Here is the king with the queen, Upasarpatam Bhavatyo. Ubhe Upasarpataha, they just come near. Malavika, Parivrajika cha, Chetyau Drishtva, Parasparam Avalokayataha. Now, these two like Netra Pallavi. So, these two Chetis, and in Malayalam we call them Chechis. The Sevikas we call here Chechi. That is basically a Didi, right? Chechi is a Didi or Thai. Okay. So, Ubhe Pranipatya Jayatu Bharata Jayatu Bhattini. That's a formality. Jayatu Bharata Jayatu Bhattini. Rajadnyaya Ubhe Upavishte. Raja asks them to sit. There may be some asanas for them also. So, they will sit there, still their heads bent low, little low. Katyam kalayam abhivinite bhavatyo. Which is the art? Both of you are Shilpakarike. So, what is the art you have specialized in? You have been trained in abhivinite. Abhi plus V plus Vinaya, we have seen this. Vinetuhu buddhi laghavam pradarshayati and all that. Right? So, Vinaya is not just humility or humbleness. Vinaya also means training or education. Right? So, kasyam kalayam abhivinite bhavatyo, in which art you have been trained, you have got expertise. Bharataha sangite abhyantare swaha. We have been initiated, abhyantare, initiated. We have been initiated. They don't say that we are expert in Sangeeta. We have been initiated, we have been trained in Sangeeta. Then Raja said, Devi, grihyatam anayoho anyatara. So take one of these. Obviously the other he would give to Iravati, right? Because he has two main queens and therefore he has to please both of them equally. And we see further on also, the king is very particular in doing justice, and whatever is there, divide equally in those who really deserve it. Okay? So, anayoho anyatara grihatam. Now, Devi says to Malavika, Malavika is the future queen. Till now, the union has not been announced officially by Dharini, right? So, Malavike, itah pashya, just see here, katarate sangeeta sahakarini rochate, who you would feel you would love to have as your companion in music. She doesn't say Cheti, because Malavika is not yet queen. Malavika is still a dasi. You understand? Malavika is still a dasi, and therefore dasi accepting another one as a companion, as a friend. So very, marmik, this is very significant use. Kalidasa never ever forgets what is the plot being built up and how he is building it up. He is not in a hurry. He doesn't rush to the conclusion that, oh, Dharini would say, Malavika, you accept one of these as your sevika. No. Sahakarini. So every word, which he uses is very, very well thought of. Katarate, Katara, out of these two, which one? One of the two. Katarate sangeeta sahakarini rochate. Ubhe Malavikam Drishtva. Now, because the Queen Dharini is addressing Malavika by name, these two Cheti, they just raise their heads and look at that, and Ubhe Malavikam Drishtva. Aho, Bhartridharika. Oh, this is our princess. Pranamya Jayatu Jayatu Bhartridharika. Iti Tayasaha Bashpam Visrujataha. They have met after a long time. These are like, this is the, what you can say, the Bharatiya Drishti. This is the Indian ethos, right? People meeting after some gap of time, and that too after experiencing trauma. In between, there was a traumatic situation. We'll come across that when Parivrajika will describe how in that, how Malavika disappeared when the highway robbers attacked the entire army of Sumati and all. And Sumati, how he had to meet his death while fighting this waylayers, these robbers. And in that, what you can say, in that, what Sammarda, in that confusion, Malavika was secretly taken away by somebody, by the Atavika, and then she was deposited to Veerasena. Veerasena presented her to Dharini. Now you can know the entire scene, right? So, but after that they are meeting, they are seeing Malavika hale and hearty, safe and secure. They are naturally so happy to see her. Ubhe Bashpam Visrujataha. These are the Anandashru. After meeting Bhartridharika, after seeing her in safe hands there, and that too now decked as a bride, they are really very happy. Sarve Savismayam Avalokayanti. Now, the identity of Malavika as Bhartridharika is not known to the people in the Agnimitra's king so far. Nobody knows about it. Sarve Savismayam. Oh, she's a Rajakanya. She's a Rajakanya. Everybody is looking at each other. Raja then asks, for the first time, he comes to his senses to ask, Ke Bhavatyo, Ka Vaiyam, who are you two and who is she? You are calling her Bhartridharika. Deva, Iyam Asmakam Bhartridharika. So now all the things will become clear one after the other. Kathamiva, how come she is your Bhartridharika? What happened? All the entire story. Shrunotu Bharata. यः सः भर्त्रा विजयदण्डैः विदर्भनाथं वशीकृत्य बन्धनान् मोचितः कुमारो माधवसेनो नाम तस्य इयं कनीयसी भगिनी मालविका नाम. Now only the king had sent the army Vijayadanda, the victorious army, for subjugating whom? Vidarbhanatham Vashikritya. After subjugating the Vidarbha king, who is Yajnasena, Bandhanan Mochitaha Kumaraha Madhavasenaha. Madhavasena is released from the jail, okay, from the Karagraha. If you remember the first act, the Vahataka, Amatya is reading the Lekha, and the king has asked Yajnasena to release Madhavasena, and there he says, Esha Samayaha. He puts up a condition. What is that condition? Yadi Maurya Sachivaha, his Shala, Raja Shala, if you release him, then I will release Madhavasena. And then the king gets angry. Oh, how can he bargain like this with me? And then, attack him and all that. So that was the first act. So the thing was, Madhavasena was to be released from the clutches of Vidarbha king. Now, by the victorious army, O king, when your victorious army released that Madhavasena, you only got him released. Tasya esha kaniyasi bhagini. She is the younger sister of that Madhavasena. And if you remember, Madhavasena had set out with his sister, what for? Bhavat Sambandhaina, so that Malavika could be offered to you. So all that is now coming to be revealed. Katham Rajadharika iyam. The queen also feels so sad how she ill-treated her, how she treated her as a dasi. She is her equal. She is also princess. Katham Rajadharikayam Chandanam Kalumaya Paduka Paribhogena Kalushitam or Dushitam. Very beautiful sentences, and see the what you can say, the large-heartedness and magnanimity of Queen Dharini. She doesn't hesitate a bit to confess that she was wrong, that she made a mistake. People, this is also very good lesson for all of us. What we can learn from Sahitya, it is not only the Alankara and the Rasa and the Vritta and the Dvani. Rama divat vartitavyam natu Ravana divat. That is the message. How you should behave. Shive etaraksataye, when Mammata gives the definition of Kavya, Kavyam, Yashase, Arthakrite, etc., then Shive etaraksataye. These are the norms of our behavior, the code of conduct. So when you are guilty of something, if you have made a mistake, commit that. Confess that. Confession is the best prayashchitta for your unknowingly done papa. Dharini never knew that she is a Rajakanya. Otherwise, she would have not treated her like a sevika, like a dasi, right? But now after learning, but very few people have that openness of mind. Oh, I did a mistake. What a great mistake. What a blunder I committed. She is Rajakanya, Chandanam Khalumaya, Paduka Paribhogena, Dushitam. I spoiled Chandana as if I am, and applied it to my feet. Normally to feet, Chandana is never applied. Chandana is applied to the Uttamanga and to the hands at the most, never to the feet, right? Only the feet, only to the gods and the gurus, Chandana is applied. Human beings never apply Chandana on their feet. If we are doing puja, we apply Chandana. In the Guru Paduka Puja, we apply Chandana. So only the Guru and the God, they deserve this, not otherwise. So Chandanam Khalumaya, Paduka Paribhogena Dushitam. I spoiled the Chandana. She deserves the honor of a Chandana and I spoiled by putting it on the feet. So Paduka Paribhogena Dushitam. That means she is so worthy that I could have readily accepted her as my co-wife, had I known that she is a Rajadarika, but I treated her as a dasi and ordered her. And not only that, Nigadabadhav, both of them, they were chained and they were put in the underground cell and what not. So much ill treatment was met with by me for her. Atha atra bhavati katham ittham bhuta, the king is not yet, what he can't gather the facts. How could she become so pathetic or, rendered to be a dasi? Katham ittham bhuta atra bhavati. Malavika nishvasyatmagatam. He perhaps asks it to Malavika, and Malavika says, Vidhini yogena. That is my prarabdha, what to do. That is my prarabdha, Vidhini yoga. These are the commands of destiny, Daiva. You can't, Daivam chaivatra panchamam. You can't do anything. Adhishthanam tatha karta, karanam cha prithak vidam. Right? There are so many things. But then vividhascha prithak cheshtaha, these are the 4 reasons for the success of anything, but Daivam chaivatra panchamam. The ultimate success stamp is done by Daiva. Till Daiva is not favorable, pratikulam Daivam, then I have to suffer like this. Vidhini yogena. Shrunotu bharata, the second one that Madanika explains, Dayada vanshagate, Dayada vashangate asmakam bhartridharake madhavasene tasya amatyena arya sumatina asmadrisham parijanam ujjitva gudham apanita esha. Dayada vashangate asmakam bhartridharake. Who is the bhartridharaka of these girls? He is Madhavasena, the king, okay? His younger sister is Malavika. So, asmakam bhartridharake dayada vashangate. When he was captivated, subjugated by his dayada, that is his cousin, brother Yajnasena. Dayada is basically one who inherits the property. There is a whole lot of Dayabhaga in Dharma Shastra, right? Dayabhaga is inheritance. And there are so many commentaries and all that. Normally the cousins, they claim the inheritance of the ancestral paternal property, okay? There is one person and he has 2 sons, okay? And both the sons have their progeny. They both claim their grandfather's paternal property, ancestral property, like that. And normally these 2, the cousin brothers are called Sahaja Shatru. Because both claim the property and both would want the entire property, right? Entire property and not divide it. In Marathi we have a word called Bhau Bandki. It's fight between 2 brothers. Why should the brothers born of the same mother fight? It's all for property. It's all for money, for wealth, right? So, they are Sahaja Shatru. Kautilya would say that, Manu would say that, and the later Kavis like Magha, etc., they would make beautiful use of this Sahaja Mitra and Sahaja Shatru. So, these are the Sahaja Shatru. And this Yajnasena and Madhavasena, they are Dayada, both inherit, both are the claimants to inherit the property, and therefore one would like to overpower the other by his might. And that's what Yajnasena did and subjugated Madhavasena, okay? So, asmakam bhartridharake dayada vashangate Madhavasenena tasya amatyena. Then what happened? Tasya amatyena Arya Sumatina. Who is the minister of Madhavasena? Arya Sumati. Madhavasena is asmakam bhartridharaka. Tasmin vashangate. What happened? Tasya amatyena nama Arya Sumatina asmadrisham parijanam ujjitva. He did not care for us and he first wanted to protect Rajadarika. And therefore, Gudham Apanita Esha. When Arya Sumati got the news that Yajnasena is going to captivate and put Madhavasena in the jail, he just fled with Parivrajika, Malavika and maybe few others. But the others, all these, the Jyotsnika, Madanika, they were captivated, they were put in the jail along with their Bharatradharaka. Right? That is what happened. Okay. So, Asmadrasham Parijanam Ujjitva. So, there may be so many other people along with Madhavasena, but they were all were in the jail. They were all captivated by Yajnasena. But Amatya Sumati cleverly, he fled with some few people in which Parivrajika is there for sure and Malavika and maybe 2-3 more. Gudham Apanit. Secretly he fled away. Shrutapurvam maya etat tatastataha. Yes, I heard about it, that Madhavasena was caught and Arya Sumati, disappeared along with Madhavasena's sister. That was there in the first, when Veerasena brought Malavika. Etavadeva atah param na janimaha. We know only this much because they are in captive. How would they know what happened next? What happened to Arya Sumati, when he fled from there? So, atah param na janimaha. Then who will fulfill that part? Parivrajika. Parivrajika will do that. She says, atah param aham mandabhagya kathayishyami. What happened? Tatastataha. What happened next? After that, what next? So, atah param aham mandabhagya kathayishyami. Mandabhagini or Mandabhagya, I shall tell you the most unfortunate incident. Bhartradharike, now till now, because they have seen Parivrajika as a monk, as a nun, as a monk, not a nun, as a monk. Okay, Parivrajika, Kashaya Vastradharini. But how would they even imagine that she could be Parivrajika? So when she speaks for the first time, atah param aham mandabhagya kathayishyami, they both feel, Bhartradharike, Arya Kaushikyaha iva swara sanyoga. The voice seems to be of Arya Kaushiki. Arya Kaushiki is Sumati's sister. Her name was Kaushiki. Okay? Arya, venerable, revered Kaushiki. The आवाज तो कौशिकी जैसी लग रही है, बट वेश तो अलग है. राइट? स्वर संयोग आर्य कौशिक्या इव. मालविका से ननु सा एव. वही तो है. ननु सा एव. यतिवेशधारिणी आर्य कौशिकी दुखेन विभाव्यते. We could not recognize her. It's great, with great difficulty that we can recognize her in this form. Yativeshadharini. Bhagavati Vandavahe. She is a venerable lady and basically Amatya's sister, so she commands respect. Swasti Bhavati Bhyam. Katham Aptavargahayam Bhagavatyaha. So, till now, nobody knows that Arya Kaushiki, that is Parivrajika, is also related to Malavika, and these two girls know her also. Everything one after the other is getting now disclosed, revealed to us. Okay? We know it, but the people there, they don't know. Katham Aptavargahayam Bhagavatyaha. Evam etat. Yes, they are related to me. I know them all. Vidushaka tena hi kathayatu bhagavati atra bhavatyaha vrittanta avashesham. Then what happened to this atra bhavati? Vidushaka is more like, curious to know that. Savaiklavyam, with dejection, with emotional trauma, she says, Shruyatam tavat Madhavasena sachivam sumatim mama agrajam avagacha. No Arya Sumati, the Amatya, the minister of Madhavasena, as my elder brother. So I am his younger sister. As Malavika is the younger sister of Madhavasena, I am the younger sister of the minister of Madhavasena, that is Sumati. Upalabdham. Now I get, something, I am joining these points. Yes. Tatastataha. What next? But still, the disappearance is not yet stated. स इमां तथागत भ्रातृकां मया सार्धम् अपवाह्य भवत्सम्बन्धापेक्षया पथिकसार्थं विदिशागामिनम् अनुप्रविष्टः. So Gudham Apanita Esha, till then this Cheti is new. Okay. After that what happened? Tathagata Bhratrikam Maya Sardham Apavaya. So Maya Sah Apavaya. He caused her to flee away along with me. Maya Sardham Apavaya. Bhavat Sambandha Pekshaya. And because Madhavasena had already communicated with you about the betrothal of Malavika with you, engagement of Malavika with you, he wanted to bring her to Vidisha. And therefore he joined Vidisha Gaminam Pathika Sardham. Pathika Sartham. Sartha is a group of traders who go from one town to another town for trading, for business and all. Caravan nowadays, Karwa. Okay? Log aate gaye, Karwa banta gaya. Like that. So, this is the caravan or Karwa. So, Pathika Sardham, the group of travelers who were heading towards Vidisha for their business. Okay? So, from town to town they were going. And they had lots of booties with them because they are all travelers, they are all traders, right? And they had the fear of highway robbers. So, but he can't come alone, with two ladies with him, and therefore he wanted to go with a group so that it is much safer, right? Tatastataha sacha atavyante nivishtaha gatadva vanigjanaha vishramitum. Then, when they entered a forest, they wanted to rest, and therefore they halted in the forest. Atavi antaha. Atavi is a forest. The same word is used in Kannada as Adavi. Adavi. Atavi is Adavi. Okay. And in Marathi also we call it Adran. Adranat. Right. So, such a Atavi ante nivishtaha. So, Atavyante nivishtaha. Atavyantare. Atavyam antare va nivishtaha. Gatadva vanijjanaha. And because Gatadva, they had passed 1 day's journey, whatever they wanted to, and Vishramitum nivishtaha. So they wanted to rest there. They camped there for resting. Tatastataha tataha. And then comes a beautiful, beautiful Swabhavakti. Wonderful Swabhavakti. When I already stated that when the caravan of traders, the group of traders is going from town to town and village to village, they always have the fear of highway robbers, the waylayers, They will come from nowhere shouting with swords and this and that. And, suddenly if some group of people attack you with all fierceness, you are lost. The battle is already lost. That's what happens with this Vanijjana as well. Tataha Tunirapatta Parinadha Bhujantaраlam Akarnalam Vishikhipichha Kalapadhari Kodanda Panininadat Pratirodhakanam Apata Dushprasaham Avirabhud Anikam. Vasanta Tilaka Vritta. So, what happened? Pratirodhakanam Anikam Avirabhut. That is the main sentence. Pratirodhaka, obstructors of your marga. Marga rodhakanam. Anikam chamuhu. Sainyam. Okay. Anika is sainya. We have this word in Bhagavad Gita also. Okay. So, Pratirodhakanam Anikam Avirabhut. Pradurabhut. It appeared. A group of waylayers appeared in front, and all others are the adjectives of this word, Anikam. And Anikam is Napusakalinga, Ekavachana. Therefore, all the Napusakalinga, Prathamanta Ekavachana are the adjectives of Anika. Kidrisham tad Anikam Pratirodhakanam will go from backwards. Apata dushprasaham. Dushprasah, irresistible. Sodhum, prakarshena, ashakyam, dushtam, iti, dushkaram. So irresistible when they attack fiercely or suddenly. Apata, something which is apatita, all of a sudden. With sudden attack, you are not prepared then. If you know that you have to fight against somebody, you make your preparations. You are all, sajja for that. But this happens all of a sudden and you are caught unaware, then that army which is invading, which is like aggressive, becomes irresistible. You can't resist them. You are sleeping, you are tired, you are relaxing and resting, and suddenly comes a group of, people shouting and with swords and this. What do we do? Right? So, apata dushprasaham anikam. Another thing is ninadat, shouting. Ninadat or vinadat. Ninadat, ni, nitaram, vividhaihi. Okay? So, it means one and the same, shouting variously. Everybody is shouting at his high pitch. Okay? Vinadat or ninadat, kodandapani. Kodanda, bow. Holding bows in their hands. Kodandaha, panau, yasya, saha, kodandapani. Normally, kodandapani is Rama. His dhanushya is kodanda, we call, and Sharanga is Vishnu, right? And therefore, Sharangapani, Kodandapani, and Shiva is Pinakapani. Shiva is Pinakapani. Okay. So, Kodandapani, so the group of people or the army of the Valers, which was irresistible because they attacked suddenly, which was shouting variously, loudly, which was having bow in their hands, then Akarna Lambi Shikhipicha Kalapadhari, which was wearing the army, all the people in the army, wearing dhari, what? Kalapa, bunch of Shikhipicha, the feathers of peacock. Shikhipicha, Shikhibaraha. Picha iti barahanama, okay? The feathers of the Shikhi, that is Mayura, peacock. So, all of them were wearing the plumage or the feathers of peacock. How was that peacock feather? Akarna lambi, which, they were wearing it in their headdress, but that hang toward till their ears. Akarna lambi. So, these are the highway robbers, the tribal people, and therefore they are decorating themselves with whatever is easily available in the forest, and therefore Shikhipicha. Banta hai? Logical. So Shikhipicha. And that is Akarna, hanging low till the ears. There is a Pathabheda for that. For Akarna, there is Aparshni. Aparshni. Parshni is the heel of the foot. Heel. Ghota. Okay? Heel of the foot. That means they are wearing such long, the entire plumage of the Shikhi, the big one, which is, from head till the heels. But is it a good reading? You just have to say, because, these are the highway robbers. If there is something dangling and hanging till the heels of their feet, their movement will be restricted. These are the highway robbers. They have to come as a lightning and disappear as a lightning. That will obstruct, that will control and check their movements. And therefore, Aparshni is not a very good reading. Akarna is a good reading. So, why? This is the critical editor's job. I have been telling while choosing the Pathabhedas, which Pathabheda, which variation you really choose decides how critically you edit the text and how you have thought of all the things which are there, For the highway robbers, having something, so heavily like decorative and hanging till their feet will be obstructive. and therefore Akarnalambi is okay, right? So Akarnalambi Shikhipichha Kalapadhari. Shikhipichha Kalapadhari, there is Anuprasa also. Akarnalambi Shikhipi, Ikara's Anuprasa also. And then another, the last adjective, there are so many 6-7 adjectives here. Tunira Patta Parinadha Bhujantaralam. All these are neuter singulars because they are the Visheshanas of Anikam. Okay? Kesham Anikam, Pratirodhakanam Anikam. Kidrisham Anikam iti chet etani sarvani Visheshanani Anikasya. So the last Visheshana, Tunira Patta Parinadha Bhujantaralam. Tunira is the Sharasana or the Sharadhi. Sharaha, Dhiyante, Sthapyante, Asmin, iti Tuniram, Nama Sharadhihi, athava Sharasanam. Quiver. In Marathi we call Bhata. Bhata. हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? I don't know. जिसमें बाण रखे जाते हैं, do you know? आलोक नहीं है, नहीं तो बता देता, ठीक है. So, क्या? बाणासन या शरासन, वही. So, Tunira. Now that Tunira is tied because that is at your back, right? It is tied below your arms to your vaksha, to your chest. Now where is the word chest here? There is no vaksha. Bhujantarala. Bhuja, arms. Antarala, in between portion of the two arms, that is vaksha. Okay? So how you can cleverly use different words. Now Bhujantarala is a word which I am sure you will not get in any lexicon. That is a coined word. Bhuja is arm. The portion lying between two arms, that is your chest. So the straps of this Tunira, the quiver, have covered the chest portion of these people. Now when these are the tribal people attacking like this, they won't wear anything on their bare bodies, okay? The body's upper part of their bodies is bare. The lower part is covered with some feathers, some vanaspati, some leaves and this and that, right? Normally the tribal people. And they would decorate themselves with the things which are readily available, okay? So, Tunira Patta Parinadha Bhujantaralam, okay? Patta Parinadha, again there is an Anuprasa, and beautiful Swabhavokti Alankara and Samsrushti. Swabhavokti is also there and Anuprasa, both are separate. One is Shabda Alankara, one is Artha Alankara, nothing to interfere between each other, right? So, Tunira Patta Parinadha Bhujantaralam, Akarna Lambi Shikhipichha Kalapadhari, Kodanda Panini Nadat Pratirodhakanam, Apata Dushprasaham Anikam Avirabhut, Anikam, Dushprasaham Avirabhut Anikam. Beautiful, beautiful verse. Swabhavoktis are very rarely described. I mean, Kalidasa is known more for his upamas and utprekshas also many times. In Meghaduta, I always say it is the Arthantaranyasas are more charming than the upamas. In the Meghaduta, it is not the upamas, but the utprekshas and the Arthantaranyasas are more charming. Here it's a beautiful example of Swabhavokti and this one, Anuprasa, making it a Samsrushti. So this is a very vivid photographic description of the way layers or the highway robbers. And Parivrajika has described it in such length and such minuteness that Malavika feels as if that band of people is coming right now. Malavika bhayam rupayati. Okay? She is afraid. Bhavati Ma bibhehi atikrantam khalu bhagavati kathayati. She is telling the past incident. It is just a narration. It's not happening now. You are in safe hands. Bhagavati, bhavati ma bibhehi. Tatastataha. Still the story is not complete. Right? Tatastataha. Tataha muhurtam baddhayuddhaha te पराङ्मुखीकृताः सार्थवाहयोद्धारः तस्करैः. सार्थवाहयोद्धारः तस्करैः पराङ्मुखीकृताः. Taskara are these robbers, the way layers, okay. What did they do? Sarthavaha yodharaha. There were yodharaha, the warriors among the Sarthavaha, among the troop of people, the traders, because it's a regular feat for them, they are going from one place to another. They would have a band of good warriors also with them. And Arya Sumati was also there. He was also a warrior. He was a Amatya with the king. So they also fought, but then this was a sudden attack, apata dushprasaha, and therefore baddhayuddhaha they were up to, they had decided to conquer and loot all these people, and therefore baddhayuddhaha sarthavaha yodharaha taskaraihi parangmukhi kritaha. They were averted, that means they were defeated by these wayside robbers. Bhagavati atah paramidanim kashtam shrotavya. Now the king feels that hereafter what he is going to listen will be still very agonizing and sorrowful state of affairs. Atah param, because they are defeated, that means what happened to Sumati? So it's anybody's guess, that something bad has happened, bad has taken place. Atah paramidanim kashtam shrotavyam. Parivrajika says, tataha sa mama sodaryaha. Mat sodaryaha saha. That my brother, what happened? Imam paripsuhu durjate parabhibhavakataram bhartrupriyaha priyaihi bhartuhu anranyam asubhiragataha. He was dead. So my brother died in that fight. So that is what she is saying. We'll see it next time. So a few more verses now, and we'll see it next time. So keep enjoying and keep writing in your WhatsApp group if you are volunteering for anything. And not only Malavikagnimitram, there are so many talks given on, they are available on the YouTube open domain. If anybody wants to volunteer to make questions out of that and transcribe a little bit as a study material, you are most welcome. This will be your seva, this could be your Guru Dakshina as well. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. See you next Sunday. Till then, Hari Om.